Welcome to Prep Solutions PHR Situational Judgment. Stay with me to the end. I have a gift for you. Here's the scenario. A 380-person property management company, real estate across 4 states. Hiring runs through one centralized recruiting team. Aaron, a senior talent acquisition specialist, is in a compliance briefing led by the company's outside counsel. Counsel walks through enforcement risk on the pre-employment background check process. She flags a recent settlement against a similar-sized employer that used a combined disclosure and waiver form. A junior recruiter raises her hand. If we get audited for that, which federal agency would even bring the case? Counsel pauses. Most people get this wrong on the exam. The agency you are picturing is not the one holding the file. Which federal agency holds primary enforcement authority over FCRA compliance in the background check process? Your 4 options. Option A, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Option B, the Federal Trade Commission. Option C, the Department of Labor. Option D, the Department of Homeland Security. Pause here. Pick your answer. Ready? 3 of these agencies touch hiring work every day. Only one was handed the FCRA file by Congress. The correct answer is Option B, the Federal Trade Commission. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is consumer protection law, not employment discrimination law. Congress passed it in 1970. It sits inside Title 15 of the U.S. Code, next to the antitrust statutes, and the Federal Trade Commission Act itself. The agency that runs consumer protection is the FTC. The file went to the FTC, not the EEOC. So here's the line to keep. The FCRA is consumer protection law. Congress handed that file to the FTC. Picture a wooden saloon door. 4 sheriff badges nailed to it. Each one belongs to a federal agency that touches hiring work. Only one was handed the Fair Credit Reporting Act file. Leftmost badge, EEOC, faded. The EEOC enforces Title VII disparate impact when a background check policy discriminates. Real authority, just not authority over FCRA procedure itself. Center-left badge, the FTC. This one glows. Since 1970, the Federal Trade Commission has been the FCRA's primary federal enforcer for employment background checks. The statute lives in consumer protection. The FTC runs consumer protection. Now, the other 2. Each is real. Neither one holds this file. Center-right badge, the Department of Labor, wage and hour, FMLA, FLSA, and OSHA. Nothing there is the FCRA. Rightmost badge, the Department of Homeland Security. Employment eligibility through the I-9 process and E-Verify. Identity verification, not consumer reporting. 4 badges on the door, 3 faded. 1 holds consumer protection. The PHR exam tests whether you can read which badge holds the file. There's a second layer. The EEOC does have jurisdiction over background checks, just not under the FCRA. 2 lanes side by side. Top lane. FCRA procedure. The FTC asks one thing. Did you follow the statute? A standalone disclosure, written authorization, a pre-act notice with the summary of rights. A reasonable wait. Bottom lane. Background check discrimination. The EEOC asks a different thing. Did the policy create disparate impact? Arrest versus conviction. Individualized assessment. The 2012 guidance. Both agencies investigate background checks. Different files. The same employer can face both at the same time, for 2 different reasons. 4 moves. The FCRA compliance check. The FTC audits. Disclose. A standalone written disclosure that the employer will obtain a consumer report. That document holds only the disclosure. No combined waiver, no application bundling. This is the combined form trap. Authorize. Obtain the applicant's written authorization before the report is pulled. Electronic consent counts when it is clear and unbundled. Pre-act. Before adverse action, send a copy of the report and the summary of rights. Then wait a reasonable period. 5 business days is the FTC benchmark. Final. On adverse action, send the final notice, identify the consumer reporting agency, and state the dispute right. That dispute right survives the hire decision. Skip a step. The FTC writes the letter. Now, why the other 3 fail? Option A, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. This is the closest distractor. The EEOC does have authority over background checks, but only under Title VII, when the policy creates disparate impact on a protected class. The 2012 guidance is real and binding. That guidance is about discrimination, not about FCRA procedure. The disparate impact lane, not the FCRA procedure lane. Option C, the Department of Labor. The DOL enforces wage, hour, leave, and safety law, FLSA, FMLA, OSHA. It has no statutory authority over pre-employment consumer reports. Wage and hour, not consumer reporting. Option D, the Department of Homeland Security. The DHS runs employment eligibility through the I-9 process and E-Verify. That touches hiring, but it is identity verification, not consumer reporting. Identity verification, not employment screening. The pattern. On any enforcement question, match the law to the agency Congress handed the file. Touching HR work is not the same as enforcing the statute. Studying for the PHR. Here is the Prep Solution PHR, Complete Pass System. 1,700 plus practice questions across all 7 functional areas. 3 full-length mock exams. 600 plus flashcards. The PHR Situational Judgment Masterclass. An adaptive study calendar and searchable study notes. And your gift for staying. Use coupon code PHR10 at checkout. 10% off. PrepSolution.com/exam/PHR. Practice every day. Pass with confidence.